First breath I want to go over is the Ujjayi breath. This is a basic yogi breath. A lot of people say it sounds like the ocean in the back of your throat. And it's breathing through the nose, kind of making the Darth Vader sound in the back of your throat. This helps you connect breath to the body and link your breath to movement. It's almost like vibration, and our root chakra, which is red, is connected to us. Radio waves are also red. This is a really feeling of vibration and a physical connection. The feet are connected to the root chakra, but also our feet, hands, eyes, tongue, organs, even all of these have their own prismatic system, like the chakra system. So we're going to do a different type of grounding where we're going to feel the feet connecting in all ways. I like to do a little bit of stretching with my feet. You can kind of bend the tops, bend down and squat on each ball of the foot. And then here we're going to focus on pushing the heels into the ground, also the 2 points at the ball of the foot. So feel like you've got this tripod kind of going on in the feet. And relax the toes for a moment, and we're going to kind of loosen the knees. And a lot of us that hunch over, when we think about standing straight, we tend to clench our butts, and that kind of pushes our pelvis forward and pushes our stomach out more. But we want to kind of settle the pelvic bone and tilt the pelvis up just a bit to tuck in the rib cage, contract the stomach just a bit. Then straighten the legs, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and roll your shoulders back. You go ahead and put your hands facing forward. And the points of projection we really want to have here are from the hands and the chest, not the belly. So we want to kind of keep that pelvic bone tucked and keep the ribs in, so that we're shining here from the heart, leading with our heart. And imagine rays of light coming out of your hands and your chest here, and the top of your head. But go ahead and just keep the chin tucked just a bit to keep the airway. You don't want your head back too far, straining your neck. So from here we're going to focus on feeling like a silver light coming through the crown of the head, down the spine, down into the sacral area, through the legs, down the heels, and into the ground. And imagine this line connecting to the core of the earth. And the core of the earth gets so hot that it's almost like a ball of mercury, and this line is connected, just a line of mercury coming from the crown of your head down into the ground. Now from the arches of the feet, I want you to imagine a red ribbon kind of bleeding into the earth, almost like the roots of a tree in the veins in your body. This deep red going down into the core of the earth and feeding the earth with blood red ribbon. Now along the sides of the feet, I want you to ground into the sides of the feet. Imagine an orange line coming out the sides of the feet. 3 orange lines coming around the sides of the feet down into the ground like veins. Just under the ball of the foot, you're going to feel a yellow light beaming into the ground from the feet, almost like a flashlight if you could see inside of the earth. From the balls of the feet, you're going to feel green strands coming down, almost like cables. Green cables going down into the ground, feeding into blue cables, which are tied into your toes. And from the ends of the toes, there's purple rays coming out of your toes into the ground. Feel all of these colors rise up along that mercurial line down your body, up into your knees, into your thighs, into your buttocks and then belly, up into your chest, shining out of your heart, down your arms and out of your hands, back up your arms and out of your head. Just feel that energy radiate as you're grounding your feet into the ground. You can keep your knees bent a little bit if you need to. I just want you to feel released. Don't keep your butt clenched. Make sure you're breathing and keeping your butt relaxed. Take a big inhale. Sigh it out and release. And stop it. Kind of get that back loose. Might hear some cracking. Okay, the next breath I want to talk about is called breath of fire, sometimes also called rabbit's breath. This breath I like because it brings the solar plexus and turns it into kind of a furnace, which is great for purifying things. Yellow opposite is purple. So it also works on the third eye chakra. It's purification, an idea of purification also clears the mind. So thinking of turning our solar plexus like a little sun, this breath kind of acts like one of those fans for a fireplace, pumps. Also helps to bring some attention and stimulation to the lower chakras so that we can clear the upper chakras and get a more full, bring that energy down so that we can feel more instead of being so stuck up here. So to start this breath, you can inhale, exhale completely. Then you're going to take an inhale and just you're going to force the exhale to where the inhale is just automatic, where it's like just pumping the belly button and bringing back into spine. Do this for a few seconds. And then inhale. Hold that breath in. Feel the energy going down into the pelvic area. The stomach should feel warm. Warm up the spine into the back of the head. Exhale. Inhale and repeat. Inhale. Retain the breath. Pull that energy down. Head up. Exhale. And a great small sequence you can do in the morning if you're feeling you need to ground or clear out some lower chakra issues, is to pull this breath into just a couple of poses to stimulate the front of the body and the back of the body, so that this breath is kind of circulating through. You're pulling these connections together and almost fusing your nervous system and reawakening these lines of connection. So grab one for the back of the body. And this is also for releasing the root chakra. We'll do a little extra in there for that. Go ahead and come to your knees. You're gonna push the ball of your feet into the ground. You push your hands into the ground, straighten out. Move back if you need to. And you want to keep your elbows where if you bend them, they would go back. So you're pushing into the ground, and keep your elbows loose if you need to. You don't want to lock out. You want to keep your pelvic bone tucked in again. You don't want to be arching your back up here. Pelvic bone tucked in, your ribs tucked in, your chest forward. From here, you're going to do the breath of fire. Really push your heels back, but your toes into the ground so that you're waking up that back body. Inhale, hold the breath. Exhale. Go ahead and drop your knees down. Now we're going to do a quick exercise to release the root chakra. Because we tend to get really tense and have this habit of, even from when we're younger, we're frightened, we kind of cling on to something. And when we come turn in here, we clench our whole backside almost like a shell. So when we get kind of used to doing that, those muscles get really strong, and we just want to learn to relax them and not just unconsciously keeping ourselves clenched and closed off. So from plank pose, you're just going to squeeze your buttocks together. Make sure you're pushing through your heels, pushing through your hands, keeping your elbows loose. Crown of your head is moving forward. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze them a little tighter. Relax the belly. Relax the legs and squeeze the buttocks. And let go. We're going to do it again. Squeeze the buttocks. Relax the legs. Relax the arms. Relax the shoulders. Relax your face. Squeeze your buttocks. Hold it. Squeeze it tighter. Let go. Knees down. You can do that a few more times if you're not feeling it. Move into child's pose just to relax your back for a moment. Take a few deep breaths. Releasing with sound is a great way to get the energy out. Sometimes we hold so much back, we need to do a little bit extra in the practice to balance out. And tabletop, I want you to kind of keep your buttocks down for a moment and really press in with your feet and your hands. Again, if your elbows are going out to the side, I want you to push them where they're in a straight line with your legs. We're going to inhale now. Tuck that tailbone into where you're starting to lift up, but still pushing down through the feet. You're going to be pushing out through the knees, pushing down into the ground with the hands. You can drop the head back if that's comfortable, or keep it straight in line with your spine. And then start the breath of fire. Hold the breath. Exhale. Release. Now to get started, you don't need to do a whole bunch of repetitions. I say let the body adjust slowly rather than pushing it too much. So if you could start with a couple of poses like that in the morning, I think it would really help to get grounded and start to rediscover some senses and connecting back with the body. At the end of a practice, so we always do Shavasana, and this is just to allow all of the energy that we've stirred up to release rather than running on about our day and holding it back in right when it's on its way out. So I'll go ahead and do an Om to close the practice and show you another little trick to relax. Inhale. From a lying down position, before you're going to relax, and rather than doing a meditation, just to do Shavasana for 5 minutes or so, what you start to contract your limbs, hands, squeeze your legs, arms, into your shoulders, down your spine, into your buttocks, and your stomach, into your neck. Squeeze your face and your toes. Inhale. Let it all out. Ready that one more time. So make fists. Start squeezing your legs, your arms, shoulders, back, tailbone, front of the body, face, head, ears. Let it go. One more time. Squeeze it all of it as you can. Inhale. Bring all the air you can into it. Make yourself really tight. And relax here for 2 to 5 minutes. Take a nap.